Well, they say that the 505 class is like a family, and this truly is a family. We have Steve, Shona, and Devlin Lovshin. They're from Ottawa, Canada. First of all, Steve, where exactly in Ottawa? That's not a. You're a little more. Give us a town or something like that.
Yeah, we're just north of the Ottawa River, so we're in Quebec, actually, the province of Quebec, in Chelsea, Quebec, up in the hills, ski hills. That's where we are.
And Shona, what is the club that you all sail out of? What is your local club?
It's called the Nepean Sailing Club. We're actually members of two, and also the Gatineau River Yacht Club, which is right in Chelsea, Quebec.
Okay.
As well.
So now I understand that you got into 505 sailing because of your parents. Is that correct?
Yes, they bought our first 505 when I was 2 years old. So this back in 1971 or so. So we've had 4 505s, and we've owned them through all of those years.
Your parents' names?
John and Shirley Moss.
And do they still sail 505s or no?
No, they're in their late 70s, but they sail keelboats still.
Did they sail 505s at a pretty high level when they were really into it? Did they ever do worlds or anything of that nature?
We never did worlds, but my when I was like 10, 12, up to 16, 17 years old, we would go to the North Americans. We did them in Nebraska and Virginia.
Okay.
So we would travel around to those kind of events. We were never at the top of the fleet. I sailed with my father, him on the flyer, me in the back, for many years, and that taught me. It was a fabulous experience.
So Steve, how did you come involved with the 505? Did you all meet through the 505 class, or kind of tell me your involvement, your background with the class?
Well, I came into the class when I met Shona, to be quite honest.
Okay.
I grew up on Lake Ontario, right beside the water all the time, but never sailed at all. When I met Shona, we shared a lot of common interests, and I started sailing with not her at all. You're going to sail with somebody else. Malcolm McCaddy, we did our first year of sailing. I did the Worlds in Kingston with Malcolm. We were the oldest boat in the fleet to finish all the races. You start off at the back end, and I've just continued to sail quite a bit with these other people, and then Shona and I decided to move out west after college, and we've been in the 5.0 ever since together.
So when you all sail together, Shona and Steve, I'm going to take it, and do you drive and you cruise, Steve, when you're together?
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Right.
And at this event, though, I'm sailing with
Devlin.
son.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and Devlin, that's what I'm going to get to you now. Being the son of 505 sailors, was there no way to avoid this class? As a kid growing up in your area, do you sail? Here we do Optimus 420s. Did you just go straight to the 505?
Well, I've always been too big for the boats. I never sailed Opties.
Okay.
I went to 420s, now in laser full rigs at 14s. And I don't have a choice to do 5.0s.
Right. Well, when were you first drafted to begin sailing with either one of your parents, either your mom or your dad?
I don't really
This year,
know.
really?
This year has been the big
Okay.
year.
Well, you look like you're going to be Optimum crew. I mean, first of all, tell us how old you are, and you look like you're a pretty big boy.
I'm 5 months, 14, or 14 for 5 months now.
Okay. And so coming to this Worlds, I mean, just kind of tell me your thoughts on having Devlin, why you wanted to sail this Worlds with Devlin, I mean, as opposed to maybe you and Steve doing it.
Well, I recall coming and sailing some pretty major events, North Americans, as a teenager, and I always really enjoyed this fleet. I thought people were super friendly. I know the top guys are always contributing information about what makes them go fast. Coming here to the SAP to do all the analytics and to be able to learn from what the top guys did, what we did. It's just a great environment. It's a really friendly fleet, and the racing, no matter where you are in the fleet, it's good sportsmanship. It's a good time.
Right. Well, you were going to say, Steve?
Yeah, I think we looked at it as an opportunity for Devlin. Yes, we're taking him out of school for a week, but this is not just a relaxed vacation on the beach somewhere. This is a great learning experience, not only competitively, socially. To walk up to any of the guys, I think this is a kind of neat story. Devlin and his sailing coach, who's also sailing here this year.
Okay. Who is that?
Sorry, Paul Place.
Okay.
In days at the sailing camp this summer, that when there was no wind, they'd watch sailing videos. Well, they'd watch 505 sailing videos of Mike Holt, who is a competitor here. To go up and actually meet this person at the social after the events is something kids. It's important for them to learn, to see people you can talk to. These aren't just imaginary beings.
Right.
Howard Hamlin, Mike Martin, all of these guys, you can just walk up and talk to them. Ian Pinnell, these people are the founders of sailing industry itself, and it's important for kids to have that exposure.
Well, Devlin, why don't you talk about that? How have you enjoyed your experience here? I don't imagine you've been to Annapolis, the Chesapeake Bay before. Just kind of talk about the experience you're having here this week at Worlds.
Yeah, it's been a really fun time sailing here. It's really cool meeting all great sailors, and yeah, it's just learning about the boats and learning new tactics on the upwind. Like last night I was looking at the sailing analytics and I saw, oh, they all went left, we went right, and we were behind.
It was pretty obvious on the tracker, huh?
Yeah.
But
Well,
even the first time we went out, we sailed around the Naval Academy.
yeah, that's
just
kind of
to
cool,
see that.
huh?
Very cool. We're driving through beside it, and to see all the young gentlemen out running in the morning on Saturday morning when we drove in, and it's a really impressionable.